National Federation of Insurance Field Workers of India. Kozhikode Division presents. Footprints. A brief life sketch of Sridhar Vasudeva Kalwit. A leader who inspired us, who motivated us, who organized us, and created a strong trade union that underwent great struggles, that always fought for the upliftment of our class. National Federation of Insurance Field Workers of India, that always remember and bestow to the great legend, Sridhar Vasudeva Kalwit, who made our class more privileged. Born on December 3, 1924 at Chalisgaon near Nashik, Maharashtra state. Later settled at capital of Holkar state, now known as Indore. His father was a lawyer, and in his teens, he lost his mother. When Quit India movement started in August 1942, the Holkar College, where he was studying, was closed down. He discontinued his studies and started searching for a job. He started his career as clerk in health department. Then he joined Western India Insurance Company, Indore branch, on 25 August 1944 as typist clerk. He completed his law degree along with his job. In 1950, he was posted as officer in charge at Gwalior branch. So he left Indore in 1950 along with his wife, Kusum. September 1, 1956, field officers of various insurance companies gathered at LIC office, Gwalior, with total confusion about their work. On 2 September 1956, members sat together and formed Gwalior branch LIC union. The constitution was prepared by S.W. Kalwit. He was entrusted with secretaryship. Threat to field force. Field officers must secure new business as determined by LIC. Field officers were never informed earlier about their business target. This resulted terminations, pay cuts, and stoppage of increment. Nationwide organization. Members feels that isolated branch unit could do nothing. That time, an invitation arrives from Bangalore to attend field officers meeting scheduled on January 19, 1957. S.W. Kalwit was deputed to attend the meeting at Bangalore. First conference at Bangalore. At the meeting on January 19, 1957, S.W. Kalwit met S.L. Roy of Putna, P.K. Sikdar of Calcutta, Prabhar Kunt of Bombay, G.S. Vaishya of Bareilly, Ananda Krishnan of Bangalore etc. Kunde introduces Kalwit to Tulsi Boda at Bangalore meeting. Tulsi Boda briefed him about the earlier conference held at Nagpur on 5th and 6th of October, 1956. The Nagpur meeting was attended by about 60 persons from Bombay, Calcutta, Nagpur, etc., and suggested the name as All India Insurance Salaried Field Workers Association. First assignment. Kalwit addressed Bangalore conference and suggested need for publishing a mouthpiece for union to spread activities. Central Zone people sat together and Kalwit was assigned the duty of establishing divisional union in Indore division. Calcutta Conference. In July 1957 a meeting was held at Calcutta. The meeting adopted the present name, National Federation of Insurance Field Workers of India. A resolution was passed to hold the first constitutional conference at Delhi. The first constitutional conference. The Delhi conference was held on 9 November 1957. Elected G.S. Vaishya of Lucknow as President and Ravi Zen of Calcutta as Secretary General. S.W. Kalwit, then the Divisional Secretary of Indore Division, was the representative to the conference at Delhi. Blue Order. Gazette notification on December 30, 1957, typed on a blue color paper with following condition. Pay increase will not be automatic. If predetermined quantum of business is not brought in, a reduction in pay or removal from service with 3 months' notice would follow. Impact of Blue Order. G.S. Vaishya, national president, was terminated on 12 July 1958. 392 field workers lost their job within 1 year of Blue Order. We demanded rational treatment and started agitations. Role of Zonal Secretary, Central Zone. In 1959, the responsibility of Zonal Secretary Central Zone fell upon him. Started traveling throughout the zone for organizing the Federation activities. Started negotiation with LIC management, along central leadership, and visit of Bombay became a routine affair. Calvert himself started a newsletter named News Views, from Gwalior, under the seal of Central Zone Secretary. First issue published on 13 May 1959, the News Views published with Federation activities, literature, etc. Formation of Joint Committee. To discuss various issues, a joint committee formed along with LIC officials. S.W. Calvert was one of the members of the team. Continuous sitting for more than 1.5 years, and which resulted in service in private insurance companies was counted for continuous service in LIC. Increase in conveyance allowance. Name field officers changed to development officers. But no major improvement in Blue Order. Branch visits South Zone. From March 3, 1962 to March 26, 1962, the team Calvert, Vaishya, G.V.S. Mani, T.R. Narayanan visited over 100 branches in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. An untiring effort. New role as Secretary General. October 1962, 4th Federal Council at Pune. G.S. Vaishya and Reba sent back to Pavilion. Elected Thulsi Boda as National President and S.W. Calvert as Secretary General. Shift of Federation Headquarters. Office of Federation shifted to a room of his house at Gwalior. It was a one-man office. He personally replied to all letters. He used to go along with his wife at 10 in the night to post all the letters. This was the only time he got to share family matters. First mission as Secretary General. Fight against Blue Circular. Continuous campaign and agitations. Hunger strike, non-cooperation, token strikes. Attacked management through News Views. Toured from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. First victory for Federation. Tasted success on March 10, 1964. First ever written memorandum of settlement was signed by LIC and Federation. Signatures of Tulsi Boda and S.W. Calvert flashed on the agreement. Memorandum of Settlement. In 1964 settlement, development officers get increase in pay and allowances. LIC agrees in principle to grant unconditional increment in the time scale of pay. Development officers got service security. Problem of minimum business. Although unconditional increment came, the problem of minimum business was yet to be solved. June 20, 1965, this problem was solved by an agreement. A new system was formed by which annual plan of work and diary of daily work was to be submitted to manager. Fight against indiscrimination. Fights for bonus which was being paid to other classes of employees. Demanded HRA which was denied to development officers. Demanded branch-level joint committee to solve problems of development officers. In 1965, all these demands were granted. We went on pushing various problems one after another and registering ever new success. Importance of Federation went on increasing. Fight for automatic increase in DA. For removing the condition, Calvet and team met the then Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister, Morarji Desai. The visit was unsuccessful. Protests started. Government decision came on February 16, 1969, our demands approved. Bitter experience continues. Then Chairman Bide could not digest the success of Federation in increment, DA, HRA etc. Management started efforts to discomfort Federation. Management published new norms from 1st April 1969 without the consent of Federation. It was cost-based minimum norms and contained most of the varied conditions of Blue Order. Unforgettable fight against bureaucracy. Again started massive public awakening, fearsome agitations, and non-cooperation. Met Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi. At last we won the battle. Chairman Bide left his official capacity on February 19, 1970. Happy days. Federation was successful in building good relationship with the new chairman T.A. Pai. On 28 July 1970 service norms introduced by PIDE was cancelled. Special Calcutta Conference approved minimum norms as a measure of basic job security. Agreement of 1971. On November 19, 1971 Agreement of Minimum Norms was signed between S.W. Calvet and T.A. Pai. Got employment security. Fresh schemes of minimum norms. A joint committee to safeguard performers below minimum norms. If performance of development officer is below minimum norms for 3 years, option to get absorbed in the administrative side. Opportunity for earning incentives. ACA for excess premium income. Agency allotment and reinstatements. Grievance procedural committee at all levels. Promotions and transfers. Doom days. Dark days of emergency has come. No strikes, protest, or marches. LIC new management takes opportunity of the situation and agreement with development officers of 1964 and 1971 were cancelled. On April 8, 1976 new service rules were prescribed through office circulars. Old Blue Order was reintroduced. Job security lost. Wage cut. Lost normal grade increments. Denied protection of basic salary. On editorial Calvet wrote, employment security is dead. Good faith is dead. Written commitments are dead. Honesty is dead. His jail entry. On July 30, 1976 arrested under Defence of India rules. Released on bail of rupees 10,000. Again arrested on Maintenance and Internal Security Act. Only trade union leader in insurance industry arrested under DIR and MISA. Delhi Chalo. Janatha Party came to power. The Finance Minister H.M. Patil, former chairman of LIC, was against us. Federation declares 1-month-long strike. Demand was justice. Stop new business. Delhi Chalo on 20th, 21st, and 22nd March 1978. 5,500 Federation workers all over India assembled in front of Parliament. 72 MPs addressed the gatherings and expressed their solidarity. Call attention motion in Parliament on 22nd March 1978. Finance Minister agrees for clean slate negotiation. Negotiation failed. But the management flouted the assurance of Finance Minister. Unilateral imposition of new cost norms on December 1978. 1957 was repeated in 1979. More than 400 development officers lost their job and around 2,000 suffered pay cut. Victimized. S.W. Calvert was terminated on 29 September 1981 under new service rules. 37 years of service ends. He places his resignation from post of Secretary General. Federation rejects and pass resolution to pay honorarium equal to his salary. Continues secretaryship and rejects honorarium. Calvert reciprocated his termination by sending a postcard to management. Thank you. Voice of protest from all over the country. S.W. Calvert appeals to members that not to fight for his personal cause, unless all other terminations are reinstated. Amendment to LIC Act. Rules and regulation regarding terms and conditions vested with the government. Due to unethical cost norms, development officers terminated day by day. No recruitment of development officers. In 1981, Federation could convince the government the need for recruitment. Calcutta Federal Council. On 2nd and March 3, 1986 decided to fight against cost norms. Calvert refused to continue as secretary. G.V.S. Mani became the Secretary General. First and last time experimented a politician as national president. Mr. Kumaramangalam. Calvert was forced to act as working president.
Of agitation against the work norms, but as a corollary to the agitation against work norms. Since 75-76, the Federation is agitating against the unilateral imposition of the work norms. P.S. Nagarajan and his team at Bangalore conducted the agitations of the Federation against work norms in a vociferous manner during emergency. So let us not play on the words, if not directly, but as a consequence, his termination is against the opposition to the work norm.
End of an era. The great warrior. The great leader. The leading light of Federation. S.W. Calvert left us on the evening of 5th February 1987 at Pune. There was a Calvert who lived for us, who struggled for us. From first wage revision in 1963, to the doorsteps of framing special rules 1989. After Special Rules 1989. Mitigated termination. Exponential growth to our class. Prestige and income levels of our class started increasing. Threat again started. Neoliberal policies of the government added fuel to our strains. GOIB scheme in 2004 reduced our income. Introduction of other distribution channel in 2008 questioned our existence. Threat to job security by way of unilateral notification of Special Rules 2009. Increase in MAB affected agency strength. Introduction of service tax and TDS affected insurance market. Let us stand untidily and move through the path shown by the great leader S.W. Kelwit. Understand, without losing your heart, that there are triumph and setbacks at all times. Affirm that there is always a glowing dawn after a dark black night. Let us rededicate ourselves to make our federation more stronger.